right? Okay, guys. Well, welcome to our first keto training in Diamond or Bust. Yay!
Yay!
We're going. And then we're all going to go to Fuji, right?
Right.
Lovely.
Fiji. Yeah, Fiji. Fuji? Fiji.
Fiji.
Fiji. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Wendy, would you like to kick it off for us?
Sure.
Sure. Okay, great. Go for it. I'll just interrupt as we go.
Well, so the whole purpose, okay, how about you guys mute yourselves for now? Just so that no distractions for people listening to the replay.
Yeah.
And then once we get to the Q&A part, you can unmute yourselves and ask questions. So, okay, great. So this is my team, I guess.
Our team?
Diamond, we're calling ourselves the Diamond or Bust team. And so the whole purpose is I want to have a place where you guys can talk with each other. I don't want, we have a Facebook group that I think you all are part of if you are enrolled. And we have a team chat. So I want that to be a place where you guys can ask questions, where you can seek out support, all of that. I would like to try to keep our team chat business related. So if you guys want to have personal conversations about things that have happened, please privately message each other about those kinds of things. That way, if people aren't able to get on the chat, you know, all the time, they don't have to search through tons and tons of messages to find the stuff they're looking for. Cindy, welcome. Can you mute yourself for me, please?
Thank you. Okay.
Perfect.
Nice to have you, Dee Dee.
Yes, welcome.
We can't see you though, but I guess that's okay. All right, go ahead, Wendy. Sorry.
So tonight I wanted to take some time and kind of go through an onboarding process for you guys so that I know a lot of you have already joined and you're thinking, I wish we would have had this sooner, but it's taken us some time to get it together, and I wanted it to be comprehensive, but it'll be back there for you going forward. And then any recruits that you have, want to make sure and have them watch this video, and then we'll have documents uploaded. I've done some and Carol's done some, and Carol and I are going to kind of tag team each other tonight in our discussion and what we're showing you. So if you have any questions, you can feel free to ask us during our presentation. I just ask that if you have a question, unmute yourself, ask the question, and then mute yourself again. Just because I'm kind of it's my pet peeve when I hear a whole bunch of background noise on a Zoom, because then all I do is focus on the background noise and I don't pay attention to what the people are saying. So yeah, I'm kind of a stickler about that. So sorry, hopefully.
Can I ask something?
Sure.
Where'd you say the files were in the keto exec?
No, they'll be in our Diamond or Bust team.
Oh, yeah. Okay, gotcha.
Okay. All right. So with that, I guess we'll go ahead and get started. I want to take you guys through the back office, and Carol, you can.
Well, you want me to share? No.
No, I just want you to feel free to chime in if you want to.
Oh, yeah.
If you think I'm forgetting something.
Right. Okay.
So when you guys log into your back office and you're on your home page, this is kind of the stuff that you're going to see. I want to focus on this grid right here. It's kind of they call it a snapshot, and I have to move all of our pictures out of the way.
I know, right? Pain in the butt.
So each month, it's going to give you a synopsis of where you're at and where your team is at. So I am active because I'm Paradise qualified and I have people under me. So it shows me as active. Yes, I've ordered a Paradise pack. I have 50 customer qualifying volume points. And those are points that I've gone ahead and purchased. I've purchased them for someone else, but they're points towards my monthly requirements. The CBV, that's the bonus volume that you would be paid out on. So whatever that percentage is, should be 20%, I believe. Then you have your group qualifying volume right here. So 2 people are still in my group, have still got, have ordered Paradise packs in this qualification period, and then plus my 50 points of customer qualifying volume are in there too. And so this is the bonus, the group bonus volume, so you get paid on both of these 2 things. It shows right now that I have 0 coral legs. Well, I have 1 coral leg, and that's Carol. The reason it shows 0 is probably because Carol hasn't ordered anything yet to qualify herself for the month.
I will.
So I'm just explaining. So in order to get paid out in any given month, you must be active and you must meet the rank requirements of where you're at. So I just kind of wanted to show you this little snapshot. I'll go more into, I have to move the picture.
Let me interject something there too. The qualifying, what you have to do for for each month has to be done just before the end of the month. In other words, it doesn't cut off in the middle or some odd date.
Yeah, I was going to
cut off at the very last day of the month. Okay.
I was going to kind of go over that too.
Okay.
So then you move down and you see this, and this shows you where you're at. So right now, yes, I'm active, but in order to get paid out for the month, I have to get 30 more volume points. So if you are an independent business ambassador, you have to have 80 customer qualifying volume points. Now, you can get those points one of 2 ways. One, you can purchase them yourself, or you can have your customers purchase them, and then you're not responsible for them. So this is the first MLM that I've ever been in where you have not had to have your own personal auto ship of a certain amount of points. So like I've already purchased 50 points. I purchased it for someone else, but it goes under me, and I need 30 more points in order to make sure that I get paid out at the end of the month. So whether I purchase them myself or whether I sign up a customer, doesn't matter. As long as you meet your monthly requirement, however you get it is up to you.
Right. So it's not as important necessarily for you to have an automatic shipment each month.
Right.
And it's more important that you get whoever is underneath you for them to get theirs. And that just follows all the way down the line.
Right. So when you enroll and you're Paradise qualified, you will automatically, they automatically sign you up for auto ship. And they have you sign up for something in auto ship. And they just put it in there for you. Now well, they kind of do. But there's nothing that says that you have to order that. You can go in and change your auto ship as long as you do it before your anniversary date of the next month. So if you want to cancel your auto ship altogether and just place orders as you want them or maybe need them, you can call customer service and tell them you want to cancel your auto ship, and they will cancel it for you. And then that way you just have to make sure that you're keeping track of your points, and so that the end of the month doesn't come and you don't have points to get paid out. Okay, so
Do you
I
have
still
that
need,
number offhand, Wendy?
it's what, 877 Wakaya 1.
877 Wakaya 1. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know the exact numbers, but that's what it is.
Yeah.
And you can easily find that. You just need to go down here to support and contact us and click on that. And there it is right there. It says 8 to 5. That's another thing I want to tell you guys. It says 8 to 5 Mountain Standard Time. So you're thinking, oh, I can't call till 8 o'clock. That's 8 Mountain Time. So if you are in Central Time, that's 7 a.m. If you are in Eastern Time, that's 6 a.m.
8 a.m.
No, it's 6.
Is there,
No, wait,
okay.
wait.
No, it'd be 10 a.m. I see they start at 8 a.m. their
10
town, Martin time.
You're right. You're right. I'm sorry. But then they're open till 7 p.m. Eastern Time.
Okay.
So it's 9 to 6 Central Time, 8 or 10 to 7 Eastern Time, 8 to 5 Mountain Time, and 7 to 4 Pacific Time. And
Yeah, that'll be right. One more hour back.
right, right. And we're not in any other country yet, so it doesn't matter for anybody else.
That's right. Let them worry about that.
Right. So that's how you get the customer service number. And if you have any questions, you know, I call them quite a bit, trying to figure stuff out, and because Mark's so busy that he just doesn't really have the time to tell us everything we need to know. Plus, I'm not even sure he actually knows everything yet, because I've told him some things and he's been like, really? And I'm like, yeah, Mark. So anyway, I want to go back to the ranks here. Okay, so when you click on these little arrows, it shows you where you're at for Coral Ambassador. So I have 30% left, and what that means is one of my recruits is not qualified yet for the month, and I still need 30 more points. So does that make sense to everybody? Okay. And then, I mean, you know, you can go on and look at the others if you want, but really all you should be focused on is what you're currently at. So if this is where you're at, you need to make sure that you have stuff in there. And obviously, if you, I shouldn't say obviously, but probably if you haven't gotten anybody under you yet, then, you know, it may not be as important to you to hit your qualifying, your customer qualifying volume, because basically you're just ordering stuff to just pay yourself on whatever you're ordering. So you're not getting paid out on anybody else's work, only just your own. So it's up to you how you want to do that. And then you have your pace setter countdown. I only have 14 more days for one other person to become Coral in order for me to qualify for the second level of the pace setter bonus. And it's really great when you become Coral, because you recruit the people and then you're Coral. But when you move up the ranks, you have to rely on the people under you to help you rank up, because you can't necessarily recruit for them. You can help them with three-way calls and things like that, but you can't sign them up for people. So you're kind of at everybody's mercy underneath you to move up to the next rank. And so you guys may still have junior pace setters showing up and how many days you have left. One thing I want to let you know as you're talking to people and recruiting them, if they enroll just as an ambassador without being Paradise qualified, that pace setter clock starts the first day of enrollment, regardless of whether you're qualified or not. So it's up to you whether or not you want to enroll as just a regular ambassador, or if you want to wait to enroll that person until they actually can become Paradise qualified. And you can still make some money without being Paradise qualified, you won't make as much money. The bonuses are much smaller. Oh, I lost my train of thought. Oh, what was I going to say?
I can't help you there.
But regardless of when you, I can't remember, regardless of when you sign up, your pace setter clock starts. So, just
So
when
at
you're
the end of the
signing
month,
up-
if it's getting, I'm sorry, if it's getting close to the end of the month and you have somebody who wants to sign up, it's probably better to wait till the first of the month rather than do it on the 29th or 30th of the month.
that has nothing to do with this though, the pace setter.
Oh, okay.
That's
I
something
gotcha,
good.
'cause it's, gotcha. It's
So-
on its own timetable for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days.
Right.
Okay.
So the thing about, if you hit the bonuses, these are lifetime bonuses. These are not just a one-time thing. Yes, you get a one-time bonus, but they also continue to pay out over the lifetime you're in the company. So it's really good to focus hard to meet these pace setter requirements so you can get the maximum bonus possible. And so if you want to see what, at a glance, what you need, in your first 30 days, you have to have the 80 CQB. You have to have two $50 customers or active ambassadors, and you have to have at least one Paradise qualified customer or ambassador. And if you do that, then you get a $100 bonus, and you'll get a fast start bonus depending on how many people you get in or how many customers, whatever. And then so that's the standard compensation. That's if you're not Paradise qualified. If you are Paradise qualified, you get all of this, up to a $15 coding bonus and up to a $7.50 match, up to $7.50, whatever that means, 50% match coding bonuses. So if you're Paradise qualified, you just get a little extra. And so then when you, and you have to qualify as Coral for that. And then qualify as Jade, you have to have 2 Coral legs, along with what you had to have before, your 2 active ambassadors, and 150 CQV, not 80. So Sapphire and Jade are the same. And that's regardless of whether you're looking at pace setter or not. So if you become a Jade, you have to have 150 CQV every month. Same for Sapphire. And you have to have 1,500 group qualifying value, so what everybody else under you is doing. And then you have to have $5,000.
5,000 points.
5,000 points, yes. GQV as a Sapphire. And either 2 Jades or 3 Coral legs. And those requirements right here, all these requirements, they are regardless of whether you're going for pace setter or not. So if you're trying to qualify as Coral or as Jade, you need 2 Coral legs, $1,500 GQV, and $150 CQV, and your ambassadors have to be active. So as you could see right now, I only have 1 active ambassador, so I would need my other ambassador to be active in order to even be able to consider qualifying, along with 2 Coral legs and the other things. Does that make sense to you guys? If you have questions, let me know.
What's the coding?
You know, I am not exactly sure I understand the coding bonus, but I'm going to show you where you can read about it. I don't feel super comfortable myself with it to be able to explain it to you guys. So, but I am going to show you where you can read about it. And then maybe one of you can even explain it to me. So.
I just kind of figure it out when I get there.
But you're going to have some
train. I just keep going.
Ooh.
Or you can yourself, please?
Yeah. Sorry.
No problem.
Can I call you back?
Carol, can you mute her?
See if I can. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Thanks. Now I'm not sure where I was going.
Ah. You're talking about where they can find out about the coding and, you know.
Oh, I know what I was going to say. Chances are good you're going to have prospects who are going to want answers to questions like that. So it's important that you guys know that information. You can't just fly by the seat of your pants. You're going to lose prospects, some prospects doing that. You know, it works well for people you know, oh, just get in and we'll figure it out as we go. But you can't do that with everybody.
Yeah.
So it would be good for you guys to at least know the basics and then say, oh, you know, I'm not really sure, but I'll find out and I'll get back to you. You run the risk of losing them, though, if you do that. So the more time you take to sign somebody up, the bigger the risk is of losing them. Because a lot of times people make these decisions on emotion, not always on logic or fact. And so if you get them at that moment when they're invested emotionally, great. But if you don't get them at that moment, then and they have a chance to think about it, chances are they're going to talk themselves out of it. So,
Can I interject something here?
sure,
Apologize about that phone call.
that's okay.
I just clicked unmute and then the phone rang. Anyway, I was just watching a video with Ray Higdon. And basically, if you go back to that, well, you don't have to, but you know what I'm talking about, that screen where it shows how to get to these different levels.
Yeah.
If you just take them through, I think isn't the first level you got to get 2 people on executive? Just think of it that way. And then they got to purchase.
Yeah.
Well, they will if they're executive. And then the second one, isn't it 4?
Roughly, yeah.
Okay, and then give them that sheet because people don't care about all that stuff and it's too confusing.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're talking to somebody about the plan, tell them to go in the back office. And
Right. I'm talking about, there are some people, I've been in enough MLMs to know that there are some people who do want to know those details. And
yeah, but you can refer them.
These aren't people that we've enrolled already. These are people that we're looking at enrolling. So we be able to show them the back office per se. But yeah, I just want you guys to have a basic understanding of it so that if somebody asks a question, you can give them an acceptable answer.
Yeah.
So, and the point of this is just to show you guys where these resources are and how to use them. We can lead a horse to water, but we can't make it drink. So all I can do is show you guys where stuff is and be a resource to you to answer questions, but I can't make you learn it unless you want to learn it. So
I think people do. They do want to learn it, but just to.
That's like me, you know,
then,
I do want to know it completely, but I realize as I go on, I will be able to pick that up and understand it.
Right.
So
and that's the
it's
point.
a balancing act.
Mm-hmm. And that's the whole reason for doing this training, so we know where to look for it and we're not stumbling through. Yeah. Okay. So then, if you guys want to change your auto ship order, this is where you do it. Do not order from your web page. Come to your back office and do it back here. Okay, if you want to. And you cannot order, right now, you cannot order CBD oil in your auto ship. So, like, that's one of the reasons why I canceled my auto ship, was so that I could order CBD oil as part of my volume requirements. And so there's all kinds of different things you can see back here. I haven't really clicked on this ever before. So maybe it talks just about all the different things that are happening. Oh, this is the blog. You can get to the blog. I'm learning some new stuff too. You can get to the blog through the back office because that was something else we were going to talk about.
Do you remember what you clicked on for it?
I do. News. News. But there's a lot of things back here that are very helpful. Some interesting things to read, you know, things that are happening. But you can also look at the different events that are coming up. You can look and you can see what the call schedule is. So I think there's pretty much at least one, if not more, calls every day. And sometimes they go live in the Facebook group. Sometimes they have a conference call, and then they have podcasts every morning at 9 a.m. Eastern time. They have a daily inspiration call, lasts about 15, 20 minutes. Andre, this is Andre Vaughn right here. He's a Black Diamond, I think. He does a lot of the calls. And so there's all those different calls that you can get on. And I highly recommend that you guys listen to, especially product calls, so you can answer questions about different products on the website. The Beulah Bash is coming up in May. It's in Las Vegas. I think it's going to come up here. Maybe not. Interesting. Well, I've been there. I've seen it before, so it's there. But I highly recommend looking through, and you can search. Where can you search? I know I've searched before for things. Right here.
Okay.
So if you're looking for something specific, like if I put Beulah Bash in there. There it is. This should be under events. But this will go through and it'll tell you everything you need to know about the Beulah Bash. So basically the Beulah Bash is their annual national conference, or international conference, I guess. And so the different, tells you like the itinerary and that kind of thing, where you'd stay, the price of the tickets, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. But there's a lot of good information there that's helpful. So that's under news. Sorry, my computer's a little slow. So this is where you can set up you can join the challenge, you can create a team, you can do check-ins. I know they did this in January, and I don't know if they do it more often than that, but they did it as, see, they're doing it now, January 14th through April 14th. So it must be just I don't know if they do it quarterly or if it's just an annual thing.
I was going to say that might be quarterly.
Is that what I said? Did I say
Yeah,
that?
it might be. Too.
Yeah. So it's just another thing that you can point people to, you know, for keto if you're interested in doing that. Business. Once you guys get people underneath you, they'll show up over here. If you do your visual tree, it's not always accurate because, for example, this person is a customer and she shows up as an ambassador, but she didn't sign up as an ambassador or anything. So I'm not always so sure that I think that this is the best thing to look at.
This section really
Right.
tells you, you know, all about you, you know, what your volume history is, what your commission earnings are.
Right.
Placement suit is if you want to move someone to a different spot.
Yep.
Okay. So basically this is your personal business information and how you are structured so that you can actually see your tree firsthand and your commissions and your volumes and things like that. So that's what the business is. Business is your business.
Right. Tools is a very important place to go. I haven't done the Wakaya funnel stuff yet, but this is like a customer.
That's where if you have someone who has gone in and is looking around and has put their name in or something, but hasn't bought yet, hasn't decided anything, in other words, they come in here as prospects.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I wanted to
Me to go over that?
specifically highlight this section, documents and media. So in this section, this is probably the most helpful thing to you guys, other than if you're going to call customer service, which sometimes you sit and wait for a little while before you can actually talk with them. So you can go through here and you can look and find all kinds of information on the products, price lists, packs, sales sheets, product fact sheets, so you can see what is in things, marketing tools, and Carol's going to go over some of that stuff. Just different stuff there. I wanted to go into business materials because this, Carol, you're going to talk about 8 steps to training success, right?
Yes.
Okay. This and the 10 by 10 marketing plan. So this is where you can find this information. You can also find the, let's see,
Under training is where those two things show up.
right. Where did I see the comp? Okay.
The comp plan is different in a different place, I believe.
It's right here. So you can look at the comp plan at a glance on this page right here, and it will show you just a general overview basically of what is required for each rank. Then if you have specific questions about the comp plan, you should go and look in the compensation plan guide. And this has 8 pages of lovely information and explains that coding bonus that we talked about, coded bonus, matching coded bonus. So I'm just going to let you guys read about that. And there's like, I don't know, 6 different kinds of bonuses you can get paid out. And some are monthly, some are weekly, some are quarterly. I think some are annually. And one thing it's good to tell your prospects is they actually pay more. They pay out more for lower ranks than they do for higher ranks in this company, because their #1 goal is to have more $1,000 per month earners than any other MLM company in business.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep, because 97% of people fail in an MLM. And so they, in an effort to change that, Wakaya is paying out a lot more to their lower ranks than they are to their higher ranks. But, you know, you still end up making a whole lot more in the higher ranks because you have a lot more people that you're getting paid out with.
It all works out. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's a good incentive for those starting out to realize, oh, wow, you know, I get paid 20% instead of 10%, 20% as a coral instead of 10% as a diamond. So, and tell people that their goal is to have more. They call it the Grand Wakaya Club. People who are making $1 grand a month join the Grand Wakaya Club, monthly Wakaya Club. So anyway, so it's just something that's nice. Most companies don't really care, so this makes them stand out a little bit. So those were the main things I really wanted to show you about the back office, I believe. Again, go to training. Settings are things where you can make some changes to your account and stuff like that. So that's pretty much all I wanted to show you in the back office.
Okay.
Oh, I want to talk a little bit about, because this happened to me, so I want to tell you guys. I don't want to dissuade you from recruiting people at the end of the month. However, I think it's only fair that they know that I joined on December 30th. So my $500 volume points were wiped away on December 31st. So I had to do my qualifying bonus or my qualifying volume all over for the month of January. So it may not be the best idea to recruit someone at the very end of the month just for that reason. So it makes no difference at all what your monthly anniversary date is, and has everything to do with the calendar month in that respect. So I just wanted to make you guys aware of that.
Yeah, it's kind of like what I was saying before. Yeah, watch that end of the month thing.
Right. Also, back here on the dashboard is this training thing. This is the Paradise Party training, and I'm pretty sure this is similar to if you were going to do like a Mary Kay party kind of thing. So if you want to do that, this shows you exactly how to do all of that. Okay. And I know back in the training, product training, maybe Carol, did you see it where there's compensation plan videos?
Compensation plan. Well, yes. Yeah.
Okay, so you can show them, because sometimes it's easier to watch those videos than it is to read that guide.
Right. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll get into that with the 8 steps too.
Right. Okay, so I think the only other thing, and then you're going to take over for the rest of it, I think. Mark has pushed the webinar, the inaugural KETO webinar back to Monday, the 18th. So we can't start using it until then. I think he's going to invite us to come to it, which I highly encourage you to do, so that you can be commenters on it. And then that way you'll be able to tell people exactly what to expect when you're talking to them if you start using the funnel. And if you haven't dug into the Funnelless Funnel course yet, I strongly recommend that you do that so that you'll know how to set up your Facebook ads when the time comes. What else was I going to say? Oh, and at last I understood, I don't know if it's still the case or not, last I knew, Mark said people could be on the executive team, his KETO executive team, until the funnel goes live. So that's a bonus you can offer people, is to work directly under Mark until that goes live.
And will that be Monday or like sometime next week?
Well, the webinar is supposed to be Monday, but it was supposed to be the 11th. However, the reason it wasn't the 11th is because it wasn't converting the way he wanted it to, so he wanted to hold off on the webinar until he gets the converting to the number he is happy with.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all that I think I know right now. So
one question real quick here. So the webinar is Monday. Is that when the funnel goes live?
yes, he's going to do the initial evergreen webinar, the one that's going to be automated. He's going to, if things go according to plan, he's going to do that Monday night. And then after that, I believe the funnel will be live. And so what that means is there are going to be webinars going on for sure. He told me once 4 times a day, but then he told me that I think he was able to set it up so when you click on it to sign up for it, it will say we have a webinar starting in 20 minutes or 15 minutes or whatever, in hopes of catching those people right then and there, because as we all know, when you sign up for something that's a day or two later, you don't always remember and you forget to go. So I'm pretty sure he figured out how to make it so that it starts every 20 minutes after somebody signs up for it.
So is he making an announcement to us all about we
My
can't
thought
offer
is
this anymore?
an announcement about what, Carol?
that, so you're saying that people have to be in by Monday in order to
Oh,
be
for
on
the
his
keto,
team and use this funnel?
you know how Mark is,
Yes,
right?
I do.
Okay. Last we knew, that's what it was. He said people could be on the keto exec team, on his keto exec team until the funnel goes live.
Right, we've all known that, but I
So
would think you should give us a few days notice
you would
before
think,
going live to get in our stragglers.
I'm sure he will say this day will be the cutoff day for the exec team.
Right, that's what I'm looking for. So just
Because
assume-
once the funnel goes live, that's when I think he's going to start recruiting. He hasn't recruited yet, other than the video that he did and sent out to his list.
okay, right,
So once he starts recruiting, you know,
yeah,
things are crazy.
yeah.
So
Can you explain that funnel a little bit more? To me, it looks like there's 2 videos, and then the third video is attached to a webinar. How does it work?
okay, so there's the top of the funnel. So he puts out an ad with the thumbnail of him losing 52 pounds or 54 pounds in 2 months. And so you click on that funnel or that video. If you watch at least 50% of that video before clicking off, or the whole thing, whatever, but at least 50%, then you're going to get sent the second video, which is called, so the first one is top of the funnel, the second one is middle of the funnel. And if you watch, I think there's a percentage of that you have to watch as well. I'm not sure if it's 50% or not. If you watch that, then you get sent the bottom of the funnel video, and then you get the webinar invite. And in order, I wonder how he's going to do that. Oh, you have to click a button if you're interested, and then if someone didn't send you there, like we can send our people to this webinar, but they have to have our username in order to get into it, because he did this before in another company, and everybody would send their people to his webinar, and he would recruit their people, and they'd go back, and then at the end he would say, go back to the person who sent you here, and if you want to sign up. So he was basically doing all the work for everybody, and all they were doing was signing their people up. So he doesn't want all the other teams in Wakaya to be able to use our recruiting funnel.
Oh,
So
my.
that we have our username in order to, as a code, in order to get into the webinar.
Right.
So I'm pretty sure if I remember looking at it correctly, it says, click here to have the code sent to you. So then they get the code, and then they can enter the code to watch the video.
Now, if that happens, it says
Or
click
watch-
here to get the code.
So
I know. I know.
Each of our funnels will be corresponding to us, so, okay.
It should, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how he's going to make that work in particular, but
Yeah.
if you want to have somebody watch the webinar as opposed to, you know, sit there and do a presentation with them, then you can say, here, use this code and go to this link and put this code in, and then you can watch the webinar. And then you'll just have to follow up with the people, whether you do Facebook ads or whether you just send people there that you talk to. You'll have to follow up and close them.
Right.
Or get one of us to help.
can I ask? I feel dumb asking you this, but
There's no such thing as a dumb question. Go ahead, Lori.
so like the first one, we're going to send out we're going to do an ad to get our custom audience for his first video using our own copy writing on it, but we're going to use him.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, okay. I think I get it.
I'm not exactly sure how we're gonna get like the done for us funnel. I don't know if he's, you know, got some kind of coding thing to use, or exactly how that's going to happen, but
We'll have
yes.
a follow-up and go through it. I think that'd
Right.
be a good idea.
He's going to explain exactly to all of us how we need to do it.
Yeah.
All right, and with that, I think I am finished. So Carol, take it away.
Okay, unshare, and I will do just that.
Yes, I will. I guess I need to do that, don't I?
Yeah, it would help. Okay. All right, guys, let me see here.
Oh, wow. Has Dee Dee been asking a lot of questions?
Who?
Dee Dee, she's been posting in the chat.
Oh, I've answered some. Maybe, I guess she's probably got more now. All right, guys, I'm going to do this. A few things here. On these 8 steps from the front page here, what happens here is where you can actually get the download for the guide. And come on, it's not doing that. Or you can go here and you can watch each one of these. Now, what I have done is I have taken every one of these steps, and they are in our Diamond or Bust group. So whenever you bring someone into the Diamond or Bust, which you can as you recruit people, because that's what it's for, okay? It will automatically, you know, welcome them in. Well, we have to hit a little button to, you know, welcome a new person each time that happens. But in that group, it will show, they'll welcome that person, and they will give you the first step automatically. So when you finish that and you go to the second step, will pop up for you, and so forth and so on. And I think these are really important. They're not all that long, and it'll give you a great insight. So if probably all of you except Roy, because he was the last to come in right after I set this up, he's getting his automatically. So everyone else, you know, you'd have to go in and at least go to, you know, the first one and watch it. They are in there under their own unit. I think it's obvious on the front page. Let me see. It was a few days ago I did this, so. Okay. Let's see, I think it might be under the units. Yeah, here they are. So it's under units, and this is step 1, step 2, and they go down for all the way to step 8. I didn't put the title on those 3 because I did them first, but they're right there for you, and we can even watch your progress. So we can make sure you do them. Because it will really help you. So those 8 steps are important, and they're not real long. I think even Roy, he went in there and saw most of them right away because he was making comments on every one of them. It's all from Roy, every one of them. He went in there just the other night and did them. So do go through those, please. They are important. Okay, so that was on homepage. That's the fastest way to get to those 8 steps without having to go through the back office to get there. Okay, they're just right there on your front page. Okay, then yeah, she went through the Beulah fit, and seems like there's something else I want to say about that. No, there wasn't. Okay, I'm seeing it now. Orders, she went through that with you, and that's all your information. News goes to the blog. They should have just named that blog instead of news, you know what? Business, we did that. That's all your business. Your tools. Now, this is where you come up here under tools to documents and media, and everything back here. I'm going to make this a little bit. Can you all see my screen okay? Okay, I know Wendy can't because for some reason it just doesn't work that way all the time. All these different categories, like this is your price list, your Beulah fit, and so forth and so on down. You'll find that, okay, like your master price list, that's only going to be 1 page, which you've seen, so I'm not going to show that to you again. But the nice thing is you can simply take and copy the link. So you can take that and maybe post it on your page if you want, if you wanted to, or if you wanted to give it to someone for some reason, you know, you can just take it out, and I'm going to put it on here, but I'll take it off again. But then right click and paste, and there you go. And so that will show up. So it's nice that everything back there, oh, I did the wrong thing. It didn't copy. So everything back here, no matter what it is, here's a flyer for Beulah Fit. You know, you can view it, print it, use it wherever, however you'd like, put your information down here, and you're ready to go, okay? If you had a bunch of people you set up for that, or you're having a group meeting and you want everybody to have that, you know, you can print a zillion of these things and it'll have your information on it. You can also send them all to your team once you've got a team under you. You can send them to someone via email, share it on Facebook, Twitter, and on Google+. So that makes sharing and getting information out there to people a whole lot easier. And all this is for a lot of different products that they carry. It all has this copy, or send to team, or send email, share Facebook, Twitter, and Google. Makes your life more simpler. The business materials here under the training, like I just told you, this is where those 8 steps are. And see, I could send them to each one of you this way, or share them on all these other places, but I'm not going to, because this is for our team. When people come in and they want to go through all this and learn all this, then I'll just do that individually. But it's there where, you know, you can send copies of the book, but the videos are so much better that you can get off your front page. But you can make a copy of this, you know, for yourself. I've got mine printed out, because you won't, I mean, you'll see the videos, but you're not necessarily going to remember everything in all 8 videos. So it's nice to have that hard copy that you can refer back to, okay? The 10 by 10, this, oh, I already had that up there. This is kind of a nice thing to have, and to go ahead and download and print out for yourself, okay? This will help you in contacting people. They say to contact 10 people a day by 10 p.m. and watch your business boom. That's why it's called 10 by 10, all right? And it gives you an idea, you know, of, it just kind of talks up everything about the training right there and using the program. But basically, it's when you make a contact, you share something from the program, and then you always follow up with them. You can use a 3-way call, or just the 2 of you, whatever is necessary. But what I want to really emphasize in here is these steps. You know, right up here, why is that not showing? Number 1, this tells you exactly, you know, how to make contact, what to say when you are contacting people. They give you a couple different things. You know, hey, I just found out a way where we can lose weight without starving ourselves. Or I just found a way that we can burn fat and make money. Now, that was my big thing when I first started, and I didn't even know this was in here. I did a video right away that I was so thrilled that here I can lose weight and make money at the same time. So this sheet is very right on, okay? So I would advise you all to go through this, make a copy of it, so that it's something you can kind of use right by your phone until you just say these things automatically. And they're not very difficult at all, I promise. So do, even if you at least print at least this page, and is there one more? Yes, in this page. This one is when you follow up with a 3-way, like if it be you, me, and your prospect, okay? Or you and one of your teammates and their prospect. So you're in a good position right now to learn this stuff and to learn it well. And there's more here, but do go in there, and I'll show you again where these are. These are under, where were they under? Yeah, no, the tools. You go under tools, okay? Come on, under tools. Go to documents and media. Okay, tools, document, media, and business materials, right there. And then you go to training. And there's where these two things are. Okay. But like I mentioned, your 8 steps, get them from home, because these are the videos. And it's a whole lot easier to watch a video than to read all that out. But do have it read out so you can refer to it as you're comprehending what you're listening to. You can make some notes on it while you're listening to the video. Okay, it works. It's good. And I think, yeah, these things, this looks real interesting. I just want to throw this in here. Well, Kaya has their own funnel also for just 19 bucks a month. And I know we're going to have a really good one, but I might do this also. I mean, it's just 20 bucks a month, you know, or 19. But I might do that too, and I'll let you know what it's like. I mean, the more things you have out there, the better, right? Okay, so she went through all these with you. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some examples on how to recruit, okay? And we're going to start with that Twitter, my Twitter, okay?
And Carol,
Yes.
I forgot to go through the document on onboarding, so don't let me forget to do that before we end.
Okay. Okay. All right. Back to here. Okay. Ways that you can recruit and get people. And I'm going to start, like I said, with Twitter. What I've done is I've set up a couple of different paragraphs, short things, just messages that I can use in Twitter. Okay. And, well, let's let me come here. Okay. So say I'd go in and I would just copy one of these. And I would, there's two things you can do. First thing you can do, if you've got anybody as your followers yet, you can go straight in and on your followers, go to, oh, let's see, I've done some of these already. Well, I'll just do this. Go to some of your followers and send them a direct message like so. I've copied that information. I'm putting it down here. And I'm also in this information, I'm using the Beulah Fit 7-day challenge thing. So what I will do is I put my information in there. Come on. Oh, there we go. And then I grab my picture. Okay. Custom files. Sorry, I got to get this set up. Here we go. And I have a picture of the Beulah Fit right here. Here. So I put that on there. I've got my little DM there, and I send it off.
That's cool.
Yeah, yeah. And these two, you know, I'm already getting messages back here that I got to go to, but this is really one of the easiest things to do.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
How do you set up I have one Twitter account, but how do you set up another one? I don't even know how to do that.
Okay, yeah, Wendy, how do we do that? You just go in like you're going to set up a Twitter account.
You cannot.
Go ahead.
You cannot be logged in as yourself already for your Twitter.
Right.
You need to
Log out.
out of Twitter, log out of Twitter, go to twitter.com and push the sign up button, and then you just follow the steps like you did the first time. So it's not like Facebook where you can have multiple fan pages, multiple Facebook groups under your profile. You have to set up a separate Twitter account for each Twitter handle that you have. You can still use the same email address, but you have to have new login for each Twitter handle that you have.
Yeah. That's what I didn't know how to do. I didn't even think about logging out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you have to log out.
Log out. Okay.
Yeah. That
All
threw
right.
me too, because see, like here, if I log out a keto weight plan,
Yeah.
and, you know, it just, let's see, so, well, even if I were to completely log out of here and I come to Twitter, it'll actually show both my accounts. And then I can pick which one I want to sign in.
Oh.
So
well,
it will carry your different Twitter pages you have on one page.
Mm-hmm.
Here, I'll show you. Maybe it'd be easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then another thing is, do they have rules like Facebook about showing names and advertising and that kind of stuff?
Not anything like how Facebook does.
Oh, Facebook's horrible.
Yeah. But let me show you this here just a minute. So I hit the login and it says log into Twitter. Well, you know, I can log into any account I want to.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
So yeah, like Wendy said, you just have to log out altogether.
I'll do that.
Okay. Yeah. Let me go back there.
To sign up for a new account.
Yeah.
Right. Right. And then it's very easy to access whichever one you want. You just have to log out from the other one before you can log in to one of your others.
Okay.
You always have to log out to get into another one.
Gotcha.
Okay. So anyway, so yeah, so, you know, this is what I do. You know, I'll send my direct messages on Twitter here, you know, till I'm blue in the face or they stop me for a little while, you know. Oops, hit the wrong thing. And there we go. And there's another one. And then you send. So it's kind of the same as Status Brew did, only it's slower. The other thing you want to do is you want to come up here and search. And Wendy, you probably know better names, but just for the heck of it right now, I'm just going to put in weight loss. And I was doing this one, over 40 weight loss. So I figure, okay, these followers is only 347, but that's okay. It's someplace to start. And you can come down here and see, I was following a bunch of them. Well, since I followed this lady, okay, after I follow them, I can then go back and send them a text. I don't think you can direct message when you do it this way. No, you can't. This way, it just has to be a tweet. But same thing, you can put in your message. I got one left. Okay, your message, and always on Twitter, always put a picture in, at least one. Okay, it's waiting. There it goes. Because otherwise, in the news feed, it's just going to have this writing, and people don't necessarily care. Let me get that off of there. Care to read, you know, all those little messages they get. They just skim through them. But if you have a picture on there, it's 100 times better. Let me see if I can have that to show up. I don't know if this will work. Now there must be a delay. But anyway, see, it's a matter of either showing up something like this, just writing, or like this with a picture. So that's what you're doing when you go and you go to someone else's followers. You want to send them a direct tweet and add a picture. Always add a picture with whatever you say to them. And there's millions of different people and topics, you know, especially with any kind of weight loss. I wonder what's another good topic for, well, health. There's one word I'm thinking of, but I can't think of.
You could say diet. You can say
Diets. Yeah. I don't like that one.
Maybe natural something or other. Or...
Yeah, that sounds good.
maybe natural.
Natural hair light museum, natural bodies.
Woo!
Diets, natural diet.
Yeah,
Diet.
what's that?
National weight loss diet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good. Well, they only have 34. see, a lot of these seem to be new. You know, I'd like to find one that doesn't have a lot, but you know, that's okay too. So again, you come down and follow somebody, and then go ahead and tweet them, send them a message. Boom. Oh, 3 off on this one. Sometimes I get messed up and I have to adjust little things in here. Usually take off commas or whatever, you know, because Twitter's real picky about how much you can put in their darn tweets. Whoops. There we go. Okay, 0. And then send them, come on, a tweet with a picture. There we go. Boom. Easy. Let's see, what did we do? We did,
You could try putting in diabetes.
oh, yeah, this is good for them. If I can spell it right.
Yes.
Right, there we go. Okay. Canada should not exist. Diabetes closed too.
Put in diabetes US and see if something comes up.
Oh, there you go.
US website Center for Diabetes. Diabetes. Yeah, there you go, maybe.
Us or US? I don't know. Let's do US.
I just meant to see what comes up.
Yeah, but that's all right. Well, we're getting somewhere around 300 people or such. But the point is yeah, use your imagination, play with it a little bit, you know, to get something that, you know, seems to work for you. And try to follow 100 to 200 people every day.
Yeah.
Okay. And then send out as many tweets as you can with those. I used to sit here before we had status brew at nighttime. I would sit and I would send out hundreds of messages like this for Brandon University. I just keep going down the list and going down the list. It's like Twitter never stopped me. And I got tons of people doing that. So,
I
yeah.
might
Go ahead.
I might be wrong, but I think they say you can do 1,000.
It depends. It depends on how many followers you have to begin with. There's some ratio in there where you can actually tweet about 5,000 if you had enough following you to begin with. So since for keto, you know, this is a whole new, I mean, it's brand new. I mean, I got, you know, I've been, yeah, see, I was working on this yesterday. And I got 32 followers out of it, which is cool.
Wow.
But since I'm so low in followers, I think there will probably be a maximum you can do every day, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, that might be.
Or like on my other one, I've got 3,000 or 4,000. So yeah, I could do 1,000 every day. So it all just depends on your figures here. How many are following, how many followers you have. It's something we're going to have to build. I mean, I could go back in my other account, I suppose, and do some of these, but you know, this to me is a separate plan, and I'm just treating it as such and trying to build it. Okay, does that answer your question?
Yep.
Okay. All righty then. Okay, now the other thing that you can do too, of course, is on Facebook. And let me bring up, I'll have to go back to my keto. On your individual fan pages. Come on. Okay, like I did a video today, and I also put a little ad up, the same thing. Obviously the video is doing a lot better. They say they didn't approve it, but it's still reaching all these people, so I don't know what's going on. But anyway, the main thing is your synopsis, the things that you want to say, whatever your ad is that you want to run, is not as difficult as creating them for Twitter, because Twitter you can only use so much information. Okay. And we really don't use a lot of hashtags on Twitter, but I have put in a couple, and I use them when I can, because you're so limited on the amount of space that you can use up in a tweet. But when you do your Facebook tweets, videos, whichever, let's see, which I actually used a different one. Yeah. This is one I use for here. It just talks again, you know, how I found this weight program that actually works and helps to burn that fat we all get after 40, and some of us before that, you know. So and I took this challenge and actually lost 9 pounds in 1 week. So I'm giving them, telling them what I'm doing, giving them some verification as to what I had done. And if they'd be interested in doing it, here's a link. But always on your post this way, always remember to put in hashtags. Okay.
You should also do that in your Twitter, in your tweet. You should put
Yeah.
hashtags in your tweet if you have room to.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. You know, you're so limited. It really depends on, yeah, exactly how much you're saying. We're like this one up here, if I just did that somehow, but it's not really enough information for them. Yeah, you could put all sorts of hashtags in there. So it's real easy, real important for you to remember to do that.
And you probably wouldn't have room in a direct message. To do that. Well, if you're going to see something on your you know, your timeline, then you want to try and put hashtags in it if you can.
Right. Yeah, the direct message you can put a lot more in. That is correct, Wendy. In other words, put a little note on the top of your computer or something that says hashtags, and use them whenever you can.
I always forget. I'm not good at hashtags.
Yeah, I haven't been either, and I forgot to put them on my video, but I don't know, it seems to be doing fine.
Yeah, they're showing that.
You know, yeah. It
Well,
wasn't even approved, so it's doing just fine on its own.
And you guys should all have your own ask hashtag. So like mine is hashtag Ask Wendy Mush. That way, if you put that hashtag on anything, whether it's in Facebook or whether it's in Twitter, or even in Instagram, I believe, and LinkedIn too, you want to put it on all the platforms. So if someone searches your hashtag, they can find everything that you've ever posted using that hashtag. And it's also good for you too.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I always forget about that too. See, I'm not good at hashtags either, but I'm learning. I'm slowly getting there. And even with, oh shoot, that's not what I wanted. Hang on here a minute. I want to show you something, what happens. Okay, YouTube. Because you want to, whenever you upload a video to YouTube, I'll use this one. Okay, I'm going to just do this. Come on. When you set up your video into YouTube,
Right.
make sure you put your hashtag there, but you do not put the hashtag in front of it. You set it up like this. Well, they can't see it when I highlight it. You drop that hashtag. So just set you up a bunch of hashtags. I'm pointing to it. You can't see me. like this up here, and then recopy them and just cut off all the hashtags and put a comma after each name. A comma, the name, a comma, the name. Get rid of the hashtags, because this is what you have to use for YouTube. You do not put the actual little, like a pound sign. You don't use that. It won't work. Okay.
Okay. And then I have the same question on YouTube.
Okay.
You only one account, but how do you?
You can have, I've got several switch accounts. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 accounts.
But do you have to log out and
No,
then?
you don't have to log in and out.
Okay.
You just simply can go here, switch accounts, click on something else. Well, that's not a good one. Well, anyway. This one's Valerie's, so I hit the wrong one. But yeah, it's real easy.
I learned a lot tonight. Goodness.
Like that. Well, good. I'm glad that you did. I'm glad that we've been able to help you. So yes, you can have as many as you want to. I don't know if you can have as many as you want to. Do you know, Wendy? Is there a limit to how many YouTubes you can have?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I think you might have to use a different email account though.
Okay.
No?
Yeah, maybe, because that's what they, like here when you go to switch an account, that's what they use here. That's the top thing that they go by for the account. So yeah, you'd probably have to use a different email for each then.
Okay.
And that would be a Gmail account, I'm pretty sure.
It doesn't matter. I think you
Doesn't?
can have whatever, because I think, don't I have, let me see. Oh, mine are all Gmails. Well, you might be right. I don't know. Mine just happened to be that, apparently. So, okay. Let me see. Where was I? Over here somewhere. Okay. So that's that. Don't forget hashtags, hashtag.
Yeah.
And once you've done your Twitter and you've come back, maybe you've done some of your postings or videos or whatever on your fan page and such, be sure to take whatever that new ad is that you've placed, and be sure to go to the other social media sites and post your ads there as well. If anyone doesn't know how to post on, say, LinkedIn or Instagram or Pinterest, those are the main ones in Twitter that you need. And you can remember it easily by using the word flip, F-L-I-P, Facebook, L, LinkedIn, I, Instagram, P, Pinterest, and then Twitter. Flip T, or T flip. And yeah, if you have any issues with any of those, just, I'll yell at me or Wendy. We'll help you get your knowledge done there. Then the other thing that I do also is I take that same ad, I use Aweber, and I have an email mailing list. So I go there and I put that same ad in my email list and send it out. And I'll send that out a couple times over the next few days. I don't bombard them too much, but just enough as a remembrance. Okay. So that all said and done, does anybody have any questions about that much? No? Oh, good. I'm going to just go on. I showed you those scripts from in the back office, the 10 by 10, under tools and documents, then go down to business, and then you get your 8 steps in your 10 by 10. Okay. Here's another script here too. This is uses for your warm market, how you would talk to somebody. Say hi, mention who you are. I have only a few minutes. I wanted to chat with you. As you probably know, I've been looking for a simple way to, and insert your own thing that you're doing, for me to lose extra weight. by making a few bucks, free up some time, or go on a real vacation, or get away from my current drive. These are all things that you could put in there, different suggestions. Get away from my current job, and I believe I've found it. For the first time in my life, I feel like I'm ahead of the curve. Blah, blah, blah. You can take these and use any of them that you want, okay, for what your biggest reason is for what you've done, okay? There's still more and more. Then what you would do is, once you've had a little bit of a talk with that person, depending on what you want to say, just know what you want to say. I'll send you guys this as an idea. Then you'd ask them, when can we get together so I can show you what's going on? And then there's possible responses to their replies, like, I don't know if I'd be interested. And then these are things you can say back, like, you're right, I don't know if you would be either. I would know better than, wait a minute, I'm getting confused. You're right, I don't know if you would be either. You would know better than I, but only after you know more, which makes sense. All I know is that I'm really excited about it and would like to at least run it by you. Why don't you come over and let me give you the information directly from the source. If you're still not interested, that's 100% okay with me. So they'll say, I'll try to be there. So I said, well, I'm only having a few people. If they kind of deter away from you, that, using that word try, they haven't committed, you can do something like this, tell them that, you have, excuse me, only a few selected people over because, I'm inviting one of the company experts too, and I've limited space. So if you don't think you can come, that's fine. Just let me know so I can invite someone else. But if you're going to come, I need to know because I don't want to give away your spot. So they may ask, well, why? What's it all about? And you can come back with, I'm so glad to hear you ask me that. That's what I want you to that's what I want you to see. It's a direct sales, home-based business, but not like anything you've ever seen or heard of before. This is a company, and the products have been sold on HSN, even Oprah Winfrey has endorsed them. Just come, bring an open mind, and leave your checkbook at home. It'll be fun. And then sometimes they will just flat out tell you, no, I'll not have any interest at all. So at that point, excuse me, here's where you turn to the feel, felt, and found explanations. This is cute. What you can do is you can say, I know exactly how you feel. I felt the same way until I saw what this company is really about. Let me tell you what I found. See that? Feel, felt, and found. You're giving them an understanding that you know where they're coming from. But this company is totally different than anything I've ever seen. Hot trending products like ginger and turmeric are the best in the world and even endorsed by Oprah Winfrey. And a business plan that shows you exactly what to do to make extra $1,000 a month or more, even a free cruise every year. You might hate it, but then again, you might love it. Come on over, have a cup of coffee, spend 30 minutes, and if you still have no interest, that's perfectly fine. But I sure would love to show you and the family or whatever, or take them on the next cruise is what I'm saying there. I'd love to have you take your family on the next cruise. So then hopefully they'll say, okay, I'll be there, right? Great, the next meeting starts at, and you give them the time and whatnot, or whatever you're doing, or maybe you're calling them back, or, who knows, whatever you happen to set up. These are just feelings and ideas of what you can use when you talk to somebody, okay? So when it's clear that a prospect, though, is either not interested or not going to take the time to find out if they're interested, it is time to stop the invitation, sales, or closing process. Remove all pressure from your prospect and simply say something like this. Now, this is going to be, see, in my 40 years of sales, and the reason why I retained so many people all the time, you know, even had the most sales with a company along the entire Eastern Seaboard, I never left anywhere, any sales presentation with someone telling me flat out no. Not once. Because of what I'm going to tell you right here, okay? You say to them,
Carol,
yes.
I think this is an awful lot for this particular meeting.
Well, it's just trying to get them an idea that, you know, let me just finish this part and we'll be good. What you do here is if someone says, you know, completely no, and that you tell me you understand that's okay, but let me get back to you a few weeks, months, or whatever is the best for you. So you never leave anybody with a totally no information, you know, not going to get back to you. This is a definite not going to happen. Always leave that door open. Don't ever walk away and say, oh, well, okay, bye, thanks, wish you the best. Say, let me check back with you, right? So that's my recruiting scheme. And if you need more information or would like to talk to me individually, that would be fine too.
I have a quick idea.
Okay?
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I have another MLM that I'm in, and one of the things that I noticed that works there, and I kind of like it a lot, and this is just kind of something I'm just throwing out there, but we do what we call, it's called a host to post. And what I do is when people tell me no, and they say, you know, I just completely don't want anything to do with it, I say, okay, fine, can you throw a post up on your wall for me? And I'll send them what to post, and they say, okay. And that's all you have to do is throw a post on here, and I'll send you a couple of free samples for doing it. And whoever responds to the post, I just take them on as customers.
Okay, I didn't follow that.
That would be fine, Dee Dee, but we cannot mention Wakaya on our walls.
Yeah, that's fine. No, you just say who's looking for a weight loss program, or who's looking for keto, you know, product, or, you know, just, you know, make up something like that. And then, you know, I just send it to them, and then, you know, people respond to it. Like, who wants to lose weight in, just say, 30 to 60 days with, you know, whatever, something like that.
So basically, Carol, what it is that person isn't interested, so then you're basically asking them the question of, okay, I perfectly understand perfectly that you're not interested. Can you give me names of your friends that would be? So that would be, but you're doing it on their timeline. You're asking them to post something on their timeline. And
I was really creeped out about doing that at first. I'm like, nobody wants to do that, but I'm really surprised that, you know, people go down my wall and they go, you know what, you know, I really like you. And yeah, you know, sure, I'll post it up for you. And some people say, well, no, I already have another business. I don't want people to get confused. But I mean, just say if I sent out 10, I probably only got maybe 2 no's, and the rest of them, they did them. So it's kind of really,
yeah, that's very interesting. Well,
advertise.
You know, this is my first time these couple of years here in learning about internet sales. You know, it's been so different than with the 40 years that I had of footwork and going to businesses and working eyeball to eyeball. Yeah, there's different techniques and things that, boy, I'm just learning and taking a while. But that's a great idea, Dee Dee. I kind of understand.
Yeah, it works very well.
Yeah, I may try to do something like that. Put together a little post that I could have ready. Here, if I give you a post, would you put it on your page?
They might just say, maybe I do want to do this.
Right. I had a couple of people come back and say, I don't know if I want to, but then they saw how many people were responding to me, and they went, okay, what is this that you sent? And I said, well, here, let me just send you samples because you were nice enough to, you know, to help me out and post this on your wall. And then they go, hey, I kind of like this. You know, how much is it? And then I start talking to them, and, you know, just say one of their friends comments and they say no. Then they're like, well, if my friend says okay, I'm going to say okay too. So,
right?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
A little trick I learned. Yep.
Yeah, that sounds great. So, yeah, I know mine was a little long and intense, but it was more on the recruiting.
Yeah, and what I think maybe you should do is a separate video on just recruiting.
Yes. Because
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
a lot.
Dee Dee was saying it's getting to be a lot and it's starting to get overwhelming, so maybe we should we can have this because it has questions in it. We can leave it up if people want to watch it, but maybe we should go through and do separate recordings for recruiting, separate recording for onboarding, separate recording for back office walkthrough.
Yes, yes.
Right.
That way I can learn everything like a little bit at a time instead of just kind of, which I'm
Right.
glad you did because it kind of gives me an overall view of everything. But yeah, if you can break it down, that would be awesome.
Well, that was my intent, to kind of give an overview, and then, you know, you can come back and we can detail more things whenever you need it. And yeah, we should do maybe a couple different things that we could just put together without necessarily having everybody there. I don't know, we'll figure it out.
Right, right.
So I do want to show you guys this paper, because this document, because I think it will help a lot.
Yeah.
I'm going to share with you, and we won't spend a lot of time on it, but it'll be in the, I don't know, Carol, are we able to set up a files option? Can't hear you, you're muted. Carol, you are muted. Unmute yourself.
Oh, but it was such a pleasure having me muted, wasn't it? Yes, you can send it to me or whatever, and I can get it up there.
Okay.
Oh, this is my paper thing. I got you. All right.
Yeah. So Carol kind of came up with this. I went through and I edited it a little bit, made a few changes. So this is kind of the steps that you would follow. In the funnelist funnel, it talks about how you should create a new business page just for your keto biz. So I would highly encourage you to watch at least the first module of the funnelist funnel, so you can figure out how to set up a business page, get your website name and all that kind of stuff. Also get the handles for the other social media sites. And then it talks also about setting up a custom audience in Facebook. So watch that first module. I should probably put that in there, so I will do that. Be sure that you've joined the Facebook group for Wakaya Leaders. And so then we've got the link here. Make sure you've also joined Mark's exec team. We'll keep that up as long as that's an option. Joined our team, and there's the link for that. This is Mark's video. Some of you have seen that and some of you maybe haven't. Dee Dee, I'm not sure if you have or not, so it's something you might want to go in and watch. Your URL, so whatever your username is for wakaya.mywakaya.com, that is your website name. Now, in the video, Mark is going to suggest that whatever you use for your keto business is what you should use as your username for Wakaya. So like my Facebook page is Keto Macro Living, my website is ketomacroliving.com, Twitter, Keto Macro Living, Instagram, Keto Macro Living, and so my username for my Wakaya website is ketomacroliving.mywakaya.com.
You know, I went into, because I did it L. Gardner, and I went back in, because after I heard this, and I went back in to change it, and I can't change it. Well,
Yes,
I
you
want to change
can.
mine too.
Yes, I can?
Yes, you can. We can help you do it.
Okay,
Me too.
okay, because that would be nice.
One of us will get, yeah, one of us will get on a Zoom, or we can all four get on a Zoom sometime and show you exactly how to do that.
Okay,
Or maybe we'll do a video and post it in the group, because there might be other people that are having trouble too.
yeah, because
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't have my Facebook page set up just yet.
Yeah. It's okay. I didn't either. It was my name, so it's
Oh,
fine.
Okay,
Yeah, you can change it, no problem.
great.
So then make sure that you guys can walk your prospects through the enrollment process on your website. And then you'll want to walk them through the back office once they're enrolled, which is kind of what we did with you tonight. My personal feeling is you should not let them enroll themselves by themselves. I think it's good customer service, and I need to change that. Don't let them enroll on their own. I think it's good customer service, and it strengthens your relationship with them and creates more trust if you walk them through the process while they're doing it. So set up a Zoom with them, share your screen, have them go through all of the steps. That way you know they did it correctly, and everything should work out fine. Then create some text you would like to use in explaining our group to your prospects. And when I say our group, I mean our diamond or bust group. Have the details ready on how to sign up if you don't know already, but here they are. Hit the join button. I'm not going to read all these to you guys. You'll be able to go through and read them. I don't have it in the group yet, but we will within the next day or so. Once you get the notification from Okaya that you have a new recruit, be sure they're added to the groups by mentioned above. So you'll also want to give them the link to the Funnelist Funnel course, and I put the link in there, and that way they can sign up for free access, because anyone that's joining under Mark on Mark's team gets the Funnelist Funnel course for free. And then I think I might put this, here's an example of what you could say right now. For a limited time, we've formed a new secret elite group, health and wellness. This is very exciting. Our team is growing every day. It's a very strong group, of which many of us are already ranking up fast. Here's a video to explain it more. That's Mark's video. Once we start using the funnel, that will probably become defunct.
Right.
The link mentioned in the video above is bleeped out, so you'll want to make sure they have your website name. So again, your username.mywakaya.com. There's some other examples there. Keywords that Carol talked about. So I think what I'll probably do is put some of this in a different video or a different document, which actually I thought I did. So apparently I screwed something up when I saved it. But so a little bit of everything here right now. But I think what I'm going to try to do is, and there's a video in the 10 by 10 marketing plan that Carol forgot to mention.
Yes, thank you.
You can use this YouTube link, or what was the other way you could do it, Carol? You would go to...
you can get it, it's in the 10 by 10, I believe. But anyway, the simplest thing is to just go ahead and copy that link and pull it up on YouTube and see what it is. Educate yourself on that, because that's something you can use to recruit people. You know, try to get them to say okay to at least watching a short video, you know, about what we're doing. But do watch it yourself first so you understand what to say to who you want to give it to. Okay.
But mainly I wanted you guys to get these 8 steps right here. These are the 8 things that you guys need to make sure you're doing with everyone that enrolls or is about to enroll. Okay?
Yeah, you did it right. These are the 6 or so things you do after the 8 above. This is just this one here, 1 through 6 and such, is just when you have someone sign up.
And where is this
Right.
screen that you guys are showing us right now? Where is it?
You need to go to your website, have them go to your website, and so it's your username.mywakaya.com, and
Right.
click the join button.
Yeah, go down right
So
there. Right there.
they'll go to your website, which I'm sorry, what, Dee Dee?
And then all this stuff, I mean, the screen that you guys are scrolling up and down on, is all this stuff somewhere?
No, it's right here.
This is a Word document that I will have uploaded in the group in the next day or so.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was asking. Okay.
Yep. So these are the 6 steps they need to go through. You need to go through with them while they're enrolling on your website. And then this stuff up here is all the groups and things they need to join and,
Well, these first 6 or 7 things, whatever it is here, are things that you need to do right away.
right,
These are things that you would tell your person they need to do right away once they have signed up.
exactly.
Then they do.
Yep.
Same day.
If possible,
Preferably.
yes.
At least
It's kind of,
within
you
the
know,
first-
I like to put a sense of urgency on people when you tell
Right.
them, you give them instructions like, okay, do this in the next day or 2. Okay, do this in the
Right.
next 3 days, or, you know, something like that.
Exactly. Yes.
Well, all these groups, especially our group, they need to get in that right away. And then as soon as they get in the group, we'll put them in the chat, or you can actually add them to the chat once they join. Once you get notification that they've joined, make sure they get in these groups, especially our group, so they can go in and start getting some training done.
Right. And they'll automatically start those 8 training videos,
Right.
Okay,
those 8 steps.
gotcha.
Oh, any other questions? Are we good?
Now that you guys are all ready to fall asleep,
I have another question.
But you got a lot of good information, right?
I'm gonna take some of this
I don't
keto.
know.
I'm gonna take some keto. I'm gonna be up all night.
Yeah, right. I'm still sipping. I got a bottle left of it. If I do, I will. I'll be up all night.
I
I'll
do
put
have
it in
another
the fridge.
question.
and I think what I will do is I will post my ever popular video on how you can add a volume speed up option to videos. So then you guys are able to speed through videos and you can watch them at double time.
Yeah.
Okay.
That way you don't have to listen to the crap in between, the stuff you're not interested
Yes.
in.
Factor?
Time is money.
And it's funny at Mark's webinars, you know, I downloaded it, so I've got it on my browser now too. And, you know, I can speed him up and he starts talking like a chipmunk, or I can slow him down and then he goes real slow. It's fun to do.
He does ramble a little bit sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, what was your question, Dee Dee?
I saw something here, and this just, you know, something I'll do later on, but I saw that you can make a podcast in here.
Yes, there is information back there. I saw that too.
I
And
love those.
oh yeah, that's something good. Also, they're up there daily. You could actually take one of those, download it, and put it on your page.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot those. I was going to do that too. Yeah, they're great.
You just really want to be careful about equating yourself with Wakaya.
Right.
So like mentioning Wakaya perfection on your website or on your Facebook profile or any place, because that's the whole crux of Branding University, is branding yourself, not your business and not your products. So
Right.
if those podcasts have say stuff in there about Wakaya perfection, you may not want to use them.
Gotcha.
But Beulah, the Beulah we can, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
they don't say anything on that. Yeah. I think
Okay.
that's probably the first one. I've only heard one of them. And that was probably what it was, because I was like, yeah, I can use these. I never even thought about what if they say Wakaya. Good point.
Because
Wendy.
they'll go look it up. They see it.
Right. Yep.
You know, I watch enough webinars and things like that, and you know, I noticed that they don't normally mention the name of the company hardly at all. You know,
Right.
they'll say everything else around it, and then they don't mention the name of the company, and they don't mention the price until the very end. They go. Sometimes they'll just go to this link, and they'll mention the name one time, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's really for you. I mean, because if that company should go under for some reason, that way you're not attached to that company
Right.
in their minds.
Not only that, if you have multiple companies, you know, doing different things, you just kind of want to, you know,
Right.
you want people to follow you. Just say, if I leave this company, well, I still want them to follow me and not follow me because of that particular company.
Right.
Because they trust me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And people trust me, so that's
Yeah.
important.
Exactly. Yeah. Cool.
Even sometimes, even I don't trust myself, they trust me. So got to make sure I'm like, look, I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'll find the answer out for you. Just stick with me and be patient. And
That's right. That's right.
And they go, okay, I believe you. I'm like, you know, I will.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, we're pulling a mark because we 7:30. We're almost been on here for 2 hours.
Wow.
Hey, you
I
guys
know,
started
so-
that.
I know. Sorry.
I'm glad you did, though.
Good. Well, download that video thing. Wendy will get that up in our group so they can get that right away so they can fast forward a lot of the babbling. Here.
Well, we really didn't babble too much.
But we didn't, you guys
No.
didn't have too much, no.
Yeah, it was just a lot of
I
information.
think it was just information overload.
Yeah, so maybe we do need to think
Because I'll
about.
start zoning out in a minute. I'll go, okay, what are you talking about? Wait, that's too much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you always feed forward or backward to find the piece that you need.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love that thing. Gosh, I use that all the time. You know.
I learn quicker with videos, seems these days, than anything else because I can zoom into what I need right then and there and go back later if I need it. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, with
Appreciate
that,
that.
I'm going to say adieu and go get me something to eat.
Yeah, me too.
All right, let's do it.
Right. And let us know if you have any questions or need any help with anything.
We're here
Hey.
for you.
Thanks,
Thank
ladies.
you.
Okay.
All right. Have a
You're
great night.
welcome. Night, guys.
Good night.
Night.
Good night.
Bye.